Hello everyone, my name is Exalence and welcome back to the Map Collective channel. And I am actually on this channel that's going to cause some controversy from some people, but I don't really care. Let's get into this video. So in this video we're actually going to be starting over here in China with this yellow country and this purple country. So this orange country is actually quite unstable, and the yellow country is looking to retake a lot of this land because they used to own it. So they're actually going to come to the decision to just start an invasion, and they're going to immediately capture this major city. Now coming over to this purple country, they were actually planning on also joining this invasion. They didn't really talk anything with the yellow team, but they're also going to get involved, and they're right by the capital, so that will fall quickly. But the yellow team will keep moving and taking important settlements and towns, but eventually it will get split something like this. So now let's look at how these countries choose to divide the orange one. And in the agreement, the two leaders of these countries choose to divide up the orange country like this. It's nothing too what word am I thinking of? It's nothing too complicated. It's split 50-50. But coming over here next to Taiwan, we're actually going to see them inventing a boat, and there's going to be a sailor, obviously, and that is not even working. But this sailor, oh my gosh. But this sailor is actually now going to start exploring some islands. He's going to go mostly down there, but also a bit down here and explore this chain of islands. But next the sailor is going to focus this way, capturing this chain, and now moving down to this area, and he will now reach the Philippines, and he is going to see how big this island is, and he is going to be very, very happy. But anyways, the sailor is now going to make a landing on the island, and he's going to explore, going mostly around the coast. But after a few weeks of exploration, he'll start mapping out the area, and he'll have mapped out about this much of the island, not all of it, but quite a bit for the time frame. So he is now going to decide to go back to Taiwan and tell his people about the discovery. But there is a problem, and that is that he doesn't know his way back. Now we're just going to say he's out by here, and he's going to think it's this way back. So him knowing no better, he is going to go around the area. He'll sail around a bit, and after his sailing, he makes the conclusion that it's this way back to Taiwan, and he's actually made a big mistake, as he's now heading straight to Hainan Island. So he lands there, and he starts telling people about his discovery, and they're going to be very interested, and he's going to be taken to the king, and that's when he realised he messed up, as he is arrested and his boat is sieged, and he's forced to give them where he came from, and he leads them straight to the Philippines. So these Lime Team people, they're going to sail over with the boat that they captured, and they're actually going to make a landing and claim over this part of the Philippines, and basically the guy's work was for nothing, as now the enemy have land on the island he discovered. But coming over to Japan, their explorers who were already stationed in this area are going to continue, and they're now going to discover all of this island as well as this one, and they will start exploring the sea, and they're actually going to reach this island. So the Japanese will land, their explorers will land on Hokkaido, and they will start exploring around the coast, but they won't go too far in. But over here with the green team, they've actually discovered a boat, or invented one, similar to the Taiwanese guy, and they're actually going to be making a landing over here on Epstein Island. I mean, Sakhalin, they're landing on Sakhalin, and they will quickly explore quite a lot of the islands. Their explorers will, and they're actually going to discover all of the south of it. So the sailor will go around the island for a bit, and he's gonna just like sail around it, discover more of it, have a good time. He's in it for all the good vibes, and eventually he'll know about this much of the island, quite a lot of it, and he's then gonna go back to the king of his country, and he is gonna talk with the king, and the king is gonna make the decision to put a colony on the island. So the king, whose first name is Geoffrey, is gonna make a claim, and it is gonna look like this. Now we know his first name's Geoffrey, but we can't really talk about the second half. But I will tell you is it might be related to this island. But the Green Country, they will now use the boats. They've actually discovered quite a few of them, and they're now gonna also discover Hokkaido, and you can probably see how this is going. But they will land by here, and they will also start exploring the islands. Coming back over to the Japanese though, they're continuing to go around the coast, but they're also now starting to go in, and these guys have also discovered the island, and they're gonna have to come to an agreement, but they will do a bit of fighting, and the Japanese are really quite angry that they have to give up land that should be theirs. So this is the agreement that is made. Geoffrey over here, he was very passionate to keep this area, and the Japanese were very reluctant, but eventually they gave in and gave Geoffrey the northern area. So we will come back to this in a few episodes. But coming over to Vietnam now, they're actually having a lot of problems, and the people have just decided they've had enough, and they're going to go and find a new home. So Vietnamese people will start going around the coast, and they're gonna just start traveling very slowly. It's probably took them a good few weeks to even get this far. And the people now start to get towards their favourite city, none other than Bangkok, and there could be a few people who stay by here, but we're not going to be seeing that for now. And obviously there is jungle in this region, but after a few months they're just going to cross it, just like that. They're just too good for this, and they're going to continue their journey, now heading up towards Myanmar, where a lot of people do actually like the feel of. A lot of them would be happy with staying here, but the majority doesn't, so they're going to keep going north until they find somewhere that everyone's happy with. So these people, led by the self-proclaimed King Newport, are going to continue, but King Newport will be continuing, and they're now actually getting very happy with the terrain and region. The people here do like the climate here, but they're going to continue just a little more until they get into the Bangladesh area, where the people are very happy, and they're going to settle in this region. We've just going out a bit. They're settling in this region. Norwegian, you need to shush. The recording can't even hear you. I don't care. People, Norwegian's crazy, cancel him. The exploration in this region will continue a bit, just to extend the region, make it a bigger place for everyone to stay, because it was quite a large migration group. But eventually they're going to settle with about this region discovered. And after staying here for a few weeks, they will make the decision to form a country. And now, as you can see, I am on the province layer, because this is perfect, guys. perfect, amazing. This is it, guys. This is the country. But I have now fixed the problem, and we are actually going to see a lot of these southern provinces, these are the people who were fine with settling in Myanmar. They're actually going to be breaking away by here and forming this gold country over here in this region, whatever this is. But next, the next region to break away is actually going to be this southern region, which won't be very good. It will just insist these 3 provinces, which will be this. But the next region we're going to see break away is a very small one, and it's actually just going to be this province by here with 1 city. But staying in this region, we're now going to see a disgusting country form, and these guys are actually going to have the microstate inside of them, and yeah, they're they do actually have the microstate. That's probably the most interesting thing about them. So that is going to be this country. But once again, staying in a similar region, this one's quite self-explanatory, but this region will also be breaking away, and this one will be quite a powerful one. Not the most powerful one though. That goes over to this one. But it doesn't end for the Bengali country yet, as we're actually going to see a very big area over here breaking away, and that is wrong, but I don't really care. And they will be encompassing. And this is actually what happens. We see this disgusting country actually gets an exclave, as well as the pink country. And we also see that this area stays with the Bengal country, because they just really love the king, who is, he's a nice guy. They call him King Newport. But the last thing we're going to be doing here in Bengal is adding the capitals, which is going to be quite simple. The only country that has more than 2 cities is the gold team, so they'll be interesting. But for the rest of these guys, it's pretty simple. You know, I'm not even going to pause the recording. I'm just going to do it all here, because it's really not that complicated. And oh wait, no, the disgusting country. Okay, but the disgusting country is gonna have their capital in their exclave. Okay, there we go. That is their capital. But for our next event, we're going to be coming over here to Japan. And as you can tell, looking at the province map, this whole region is basically been abandoned by the southern Japanese, and the people of northern Japan have had enough. And we officially see the northern Japanese making an uprising and breaking away from southern Japan. And we are going to be leaving it at this for GFM to deal with in the next video. But with that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and yeah, please consider subscribing. I don't know if we've reached it when this is out, but we're currently very close to 200 subscribers, and it would be greatly appreciated if you subscribed. So thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe. Goodbye. Xavens out.